and in another episode of Keronchong.
This is the second time we checked this, and actually people told us you haven't actually checked the original, the classic. You've only checked out the modern version of Keronchong. But I thought we'd check out bits and bobs of some of the legendary singers, live performances and studio versions of the song, so we can get an understanding of why the versions and the covers became so popular now.
Wow.
Imat Demak. So it can also be super slow. Whoa, who's this? I want to see if it's a fixed larynx setting or.
No, it doesn't sound like it. Wow! That's actually so impressive.
Yeah, because she's like a big legend.
It's
And
very lifted, and I love the fact that you could really make it a slow genre too.
and the start that is, this is the style of singing. It's very different to Dangdut. It's not as tilted.
Yes, it's definitely not as tilted as Dangdut. It's more lifted. It's more of a closer to a twangy set, so like your larynx sit higher and they're stiffer, like in terms of that, like they go up without tilting forward.
But you don't get that emotional tilt.
No,
of
you
the,
definitely don't. Yeah, no. In Dangdut, you do.
It feels like you're gonna cry.
In Dangdut, you're like in the verge of tears like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And in here, you definitely have a stiff larynx setting, which means that your larynx goes straight up without actually moving forward.
Also, can I say something?
What's going on in this
Someone
image?
come and explain this. Why is there a very attractive cop, a small host, and maybe 3 little Barbies? Like,
Yeah, wait,
this
I
is
don't
a
understand.
what the. She sings again, I think. Oh shit, a cappella.
My God.
Wow, she sounds good.
Wow. Yes, definitely not a fixed larynx.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it's always the upbeat rhythm.
Wow.
Inhaled, man.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Abang Berta. Sepasang mata bola. Oke, terusin Mbak.
Terusin Ber.
Sepasang mata bola.
So say you see, it's so interesting because when you see the different style
Yes.
of a singer with a much different background than, I guess, a Keronchong background, you start to see the difference really in how they execute the same song, the same singing phrase.
It's
I don't
actually really
I don't know who she is,
interesting.
but I love how impromptu everything is in Indonesian TV.
I actually love the fact that this was completely a cappella, so you get a really good taste of what the vocal setup it actually is, in comparison to like a studio performance or a studio song. You don't have the opportunity to actually analyze what the larynx and the singing set
Yep.
is actually doing, but it's really interesting to see it done like that.
Yeah, true.
It brings a different quality to it too.
See, it always has that.
Yeah, the upbeat. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, what the heck?
Aku cinta kamu ya. Cintaku teguh.
Well, someone's gonna have to come and explain this one.
If you thought the previous show was weird, well,
Wild.
Jongkok layang, ayo dong yang, yang.
Keringat dingin meluncur, si dia syukuringku meledak.
yeah, and that is the vocal timbre that is very, very common for the style.
Aduh, mana tahan.
I like that.
That was in the sound. It's interesting because it's like a mix of like disco pop.
Yes, it's
with-
a little, but it
with-
has that upbeat that was very popular in the 80s for pop music regardless. So they sort of like took advantage of their natural cultural richness with Keronchong and made like a pop hit with that. It's very nice.
See, even when she was singing, Siti has such class.
Yeah, she's actually so gracious. Oh. Nice.
Wow. What the fuck is this?
I just love the upbeat feeling of that.
This is closer to Dangdut. Closer.
It is. I think it's because it's a slower version of it.
Also, where is she performing? Someone's wedding.
It wouldn't be the first time that we see something like that in Indonesia. Not gonna lie, this bangs. This is such a cool style.
But they're way more falsetto-ish.
Yes, it's actually more lifted. They've got a closer mix setting, so their larynx they tend to go up towards like the top of your nostrils. It sounds very twang forward, but at the same time they find grounding with it, so it sounds very girthy. There's a lot of resonance with it, but at the same time you have that like resonance at the top of the air, if you like. It's quite nice though.
Because
I like
the
it.
difference between Dangdut is that it emerged in the 1960s, and Keronchong is actually older. It dates back to the 16th century, introduced by Portuguese sailors and adapted by local communities in Kampung Tugu.
So
typic-
this is the originator.
Yeah, I guess as well, like, instrumentalization is in Dangdut. They do mix things like the gendang, the drums, the guitars, organ synthesizers, electric guitars. But with Keroncong, it's just a lot of acoustic stuff.
Yes, it's very acoustic bass.
Yeah.
It's true.
Ukuleles, bass, cello, flute. And
It's
then
actually very known for the setup to be like multiple ukuleles, string sections, yeah,
and it is meant to be slower.
and a double bass.
Keroncong is meant to be slower. Like
Right.
it is usually slower. Because Dangdut is a lot like Dangdut koplo is a lot faster paced.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And now we understand where the upbeat actually comes from. Is Keroncong the birth of it all?
And Keroncong is considered old-fashioned.
Ah.
It is classic. It is folk. Even though obviously a lot of people have done a lot of covers Keroncong style, and they do well. But Dangdut has really evolved.
It's like the new wave of cultural music.